Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Miracle Mindset Monday for this week. So remember, with our Miracle Mindset Monday, this is a generalized reading for the week. There are no personalized readings. If you are interested in getting your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday, please feel free to go visit my website, awakeningmiracles.org. So this week we have 3 decks that we're going to be pulling from. So we have the first one, The Answer is Simple. We have the Ascended Masters. And we have the Gateway Oracle. So these are 3 decks that we're going to be pulling from. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. If you feel like sharing, please feel free to. So first we're going to start with the Ascended Masters deck. Good morning, Shirley. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Cynthia. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So first we're going to start with the Ascended Masters deck. And the Ascended Masters deck is going to kind of give us the archetypal energy that we're going to be working with for this week. Good morning, Rhonda. Thanks for joining. Okay, so let's see the beautiful energies that we are working with for this week. And I actually want to go ahead and I want to pull 3 cards. So 2 of them came out, so let's do 1 more. Good morning, Nancy. Thanks for joining. So let's do 1 more card here. Just asking for 1 more card. Okay. Oh, beautiful. All right. So what we have here is we actually have 4 cards. So 4 archetypal energies that we are going to be working with. So let's begin with our first card, which is Krishna. And Krishna is find the blessing in your situation. So really, this card is asking you to really let go of the ego's perception. You know, when the ego looks at a situation, it sees the worst part of it. It sees everything is just falling apart. Everything is crumbling away. And it sees everything as an attack. Good morning, Teresa. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. But what Krishna is asking us to do is, Krishna is really asking us to see through the eyes of spirit, to see through that higher wisdom. And I totally understand that sometimes situations seem impossible. Situations seem like there is no silver lining, there is nothing here, I cannot see it. And once again, we have to remember it's not our job to translate it. We always think, okay, I have to see the silver lining here. But we forget, we're always trying to solve a problem from here down. We forget, good morning, Theodora. We forget that we can solve a problem from here up. We forget that we have this infinite capacity in which to call upon. So our first card this week is Krishna, with finding the blessing in the situation, asking spirit to show us the blessing in the situation, even if we are not necessarily able to see that. And as we do that, it gives us the capacity to choose peace. That's really what asking spirit to translate a situation is all about. It's about asking spirit to really help you see the truth. Choosing peace instead of choosing, the situation as totally like, I can't do this, it's impossible. Good morning, Sabrina. So, instead of seeing the situation as totally impossible, I can't do this, you know what? I choose to really invite spirit in so that it may use this situation for the coming of my peace instead of for my destruction. Hello, Alicia. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. So that is that choosing peace. We're asking spirit to use whatever situation we may find ourselves in. We're saying, spirit, Please use this for the coming of my peace instead of for my destruction. As we do that, we have this energy healing. Now, energy healing to me doesn't mean that, you necessarily are going to a Reiki practitioner or a theta healer, a quantum healer, or any of those healing modalities. Good morning, Joanne. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being here. What this really means to me is that you're transmuting your thoughts, because that's what energy is. Thought is energy. And so when we ask for spirit to intercede within our thoughts in whatever situation we find ourselves in, and asking spirit to really help us to choose peace, we're really practicing energy healing, because we are practicing transmuting our thoughts from, the egoic viewpoint of, I can't do this, this is impossible, to the viewpoint of spirit, which is, what is the blessing here? What am I learning here? What is being asked of me in this situation? Spirit, how can you use this for the coming of my peace instead of for my destruction? So really asking that question with that energy healing. And as we do that, we really get to see this beautiful flow of prosperity. Now, prosperity doesn't just mean money. It means that you are stepping into the flow of what I like to call, and what I think a lot of people like to call it, divine providence, which means your every need is met effortlessly. It doesn't matter if that need is money. It doesn't matter if it's emotional support. It doesn't matter if it is health. It doesn't matter if it is a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's love. It doesn't matter what it is that you need. You step into that flow. Why do you step into that flow? How do you step into that flow? You do it with the process we just talked about. Isn't it so beautiful how all of these cards work together in concert? Even though each one of them may seem from a different, religion, modality, whatever you want to call it, they all work together, in beautiful synergy. For me, I'm not about balance, because balance to me means this and that. I much rather use the word harmony, because harmony to me means everything is working together for good. I don't have to say, well, maybe I need a little bit more of this and a little less of this. It's, how can everything work together for good? So let's do a quick little review of the archetypal energies we're going to be working with. Then let's move over to the answer is simple and see if we have any further guidance on this. So our first one is finding the blessing in the situation, asking spirit to really translate the situation for you. We all have our egoic view of things. We all pull from the past and things. All of us do it, or we project into the future. We're asking spirit, help me to see this situation through your eyes. Another great question you can ask yourself: how would my source see this? Or how would my angels see this? How would my guides help me to see this? As we do that, we choose peace. Remember, choosing peace means that you are asking spirit, please help me to use this situation for the coming of my peace instead of for my destruction. All too often, we oftentimes really do use situations to basically undermine the truth of who we are. We say that the situation has power, that the situation is, here to destroy us. Instead, we can ask spirit to say, you know what? How can I use this situation for the coming of my peace? Please show me how. As we do that, we practice that energy healing. Remember, energy healing in this context is about healing those thoughts. And remember, it's not your job to heal your thoughts. That was something I learned, and I was like, wow, like amazing. Energy healing, or healing my thoughts, isn't up to me. My job is to hand them over to the healer, which is spirit. Spirit heals it. My job is to invite that healing. Okay, my job is to invite that healing. As I invite that healing, I step into divine providence. I step into the flow of prosperity where my every need is met effortlessly, because I am choosing to hand my thoughts over to the one who is the healer. So now let's go to the answer is simple and see what beautiful guidance the answer is simple gives us in conjunction with these cards. Also, just as I close my eyes here, I'm hearing the word. Another great way that you can begin to do this is with gratitude. Really stepping into gratitude. And, gratitude in advance, spirit. I thank you in advance for the most peaceful, happy outcome. I thank you in advance for that. And you're already stepping into that gratitude. You're already stepping into it's going to work out great for everyone. And remember, we're putting our goal as peace. Our goal isn't to win the argument, win the meeting, get the job, get this, get that. Our goal is peace, because peace is all inclusive. It means everything. Doesn't mean one thing, it means everything. So now let's see what other messages that we have. Beautiful. Okay. Fabulous. All right. So our first card for this week is speaking with love. So this means, really not only speaking to yourself with love, but speaking about situations with love. Speaking about being like, you know what? I see this situation for what it is. Like, I see it, I recognize it. And I'm willing to allow myself, instead of judging it and putting my judgments on it, I'm willing to let Holy Spirit really judge that for me. And sometimes that means we need to blow off a little bit of steam. So maybe you need to go kickboxing. Maybe you need to go for a walk. Maybe you need to scream. Maybe you need to yell. Whatever it is that's going to help you to blow off that steam. As you blow off that steam, you may also want to return to your art, whatever that is for you, because creativity is so wonderful and it's so underappreciated and undervalued. Because creativity to me means that the divine is flowing through you. Because that's what it means to me. When you are creative, when you are creating something, when you are making something, it is the divine expressing itself through you. Because what is the divine other than love? It is creation. That's what the divine is. It's loving creation. So as you practice creativity, whatever your art is, be it writing, be it painting, be it drawing, be it sculpting, be it singing, be it dancing, whatever it is, know that that is your divine connection. That is how the divine likes to flow through you. So that's really how we can begin to work with these cards this week. So first, if you need to blow off some steam, blow off some steam. A great way to blow off that steam and refocus is through your creativity, so that you may speak with that love. And then our last card is lend a hand. Sometimes the best thing that you can do to feel that sense of gratitude, to feel, good morning, Robin, to feel that sense of gratitude, to feel like you are helping, is to lend a hand to someone. And it doesn't matter who it is. Lend a hand, even if it's just for 5 minutes, even if it's just for 10. You never know what you're giving someone. So now we're going to go to the Gateway Oracle. And the Gateway Oracle is going to give us some affirmations and questions that we can ask ourselves this week. Beautiful. Okey-doke. And one more card, please. Beautiful. All right. So let's see what we can ask ourselves for this week and our affirmations. So our first card is standing firm. I am noble, brave, and strong. Okay, I am noble, brave, and strong. So let's see, what questions we can ask ourselves for standing firm? Oops. Here it is. Is there a time for me to stand? Is this the time for me to stand my ground? Who or what do I need to face with strength and fortitude? And when it comes to that, I really enjoy that. What is it that I need to stand up to with strength and fortitude? And that can go right back to that, finding the blessing in the situation, because you're asking, how can I see this differently? And what might be blocking me from standing firm? So, what are some of the perceptions that are stopping me from, really standing in finding the blessing of a situation? What are the thoughts? What are the beliefs that I have right now that are stopping me from really being willing to see a situation differently? And, I think the next card actually goes perfectly with that, because it is communicating freely. Okay, communicating freely. I communicate from the depth of my being. So let's see what questions we can ask ourselves for that. Is there anyone I need to communicate with? Is there some type of communication that I have been withholding? That's really key to ask ourselves. Where have you not necessarily been honest with yourself? Where have you not been communicating with yourself? Where have you kind of shut yourself down? What might I need to do to step into my role as a teacher and leader? So what might you need to do to step into your role as a teacher and leader in your own life? So now let's go to our last card, which is looking deeper. Deep within me is majestic radiance. Ooh, beautiful. So let's see, looking deeper. Regarding my relationship with myself and others, is there an area in which I should look deeper? If I need to go beneath the surface of a situation in my life, how should I proceed? And I think that is the best question you can ask yourself. How should I proceed? Because you're not asking the ego. And that we have to make really, really clear. We're not asking the ego for, its opinion. It has already given us opinion multiple times. We're asking spirit. Spirit, what would you have me do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me say, and to whom? Or spirit, what is my next right action step? Asking that. Then, is there anything that I am not seeing in my life? Is there anything that I need? Is there another way of seeing? Once again, going back to that situation card, how can I begin to see this differently? So just really beautiful cards this week. As we started off with the Ascended Masters, so we're just doing our quick little review here for right now. So first we had Krishna with find the blessing in the situation. Asking spirit, really asking spirit, how would you see this? How would my source see this? As we do that, we choose peace. Spirit, please help me to use this situation for the coming of my peace instead of for my destruction. As we do that, we're really practicing energy healing, because we're asking spirit to heal the cause of the problem, which is the thoughts. And for me, thoughts are energy. So we're practicing energy healing by handing over our thoughts to the healer, which is spirit, not you. And as you do that, you step into, the flow of prosperity. You step into divine providence. Okay, so as we do that, then we come over to our Answer a Simple cards, which kind of gives us, this other aspect of it, which is, first, we got to blow off some steam. So, if you're finding yourself in a situation and you can't see it differently because it's just you're angry, you're upset, you're frustrated, that's okay. You can be angry, you can be upset, you can be frustrated. but it is to express that energy. It is to let that energy out. And sometimes the best way that we can do that is to reclaim our art, is to step into creativity. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do that. If you're really upset, you're really frustrated, and you just don't feel like, you can be creative, then go for a walk, go punch, a pillow, go to a kickboxing class, talk to a friend, vent that out. Then you can step into that divine creativity. Remember, and creativity is when the divine flows through you. As the divine flows through you, you may also be prompted to lend a hand to someone. And as you lend that hand to someone, you're going to be able then to end it off with speaking more with love to yourself, more love about the situation, because you're not going to be so frustrated. You're really allowing yourself to see the situation differently. As you then do that, we then get to stand firm in our belief that Spirit is going to help us. And of course, we have our questions. Then as we do that, it's going to give us the opportunity to communicate freely with ourselves and others so that we can really look deeper and look deeper into the situation, look deeper at the thoughts and the beliefs that we may be having about a particular situation, whatever that may be. Okay, so that is our Miracle Mindset Monday for today. I thank you all so much for joining me. I thank you so much for being here. And don't forget, another great way of being able to see a situation differently, or being able to even see something in a new way. Remember to be grateful. Remember to have gratitude. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for being here. If you're interested in your own personalized Miracle Mindset Monday, please feel free to go visit my website, awakeningmiracles.org. And for those of you that follow me on my ACIM support page, I will be there in just a minute.